I want to change your perspective about camping food, and I want to introduce you to the concept of cooking outdoors. The only way to do it is to carry your kitchen with you. I am an Indian chef, and for me, not having Indian food when I'm camping, that itself is a conversation non-starter. So today in this video, I am going to show you how to take your kitchen with you and how to cook Indian food when you are on a cross-country road trip. Hello and welcome. My name is Irfan Dama and this is Cooking with Chef Dama. I am about to go on a really epic journey. I am getting together with my puppy, my dog Charlie, and I'm going to be driving from Oakland, California to St. Louis, Missouri. That's right, it's just me and the dog. We're going to be driving across America and I am reuniting with Gina's family. This is such an exciting trip. But here's the thing, as an Indian chef, when I'm on a road trip, it doesn't matter. I have got to have my Indian food. Besides, when I'm in St. Louis, I am going to be cooking for my family. And since I'm driving, I go, let me really give the experience of Indian food to my Missouri family and let me document this journey as we go along. As a chef who's been involved in a lot of off-site catering, that is when we cook at events that are not in the main kitchen, we have to go through an entire packing checklist to make sure we have all the food items and all the ingredients we need to make sure that we have a successful event. When you are going on a camping road trip, it's not much more different. You have to pack light and you have to make sure you take only the most essential items that you will need to make your food. And that's what I did. I laid out everything on the table. This is what I need for my journey. And all of this needs to fit in the truck as I go on this route. So let me go over one by one what are the things that made it into the packing checklist. We start the first and foremost with the spices. The most important thing you're going to need is your spices. And when it comes to spices, there is nothing better than the masala dabba. The masala dabba, as I have mentioned in many of my past videos, that is how you bring magic into the kitchen. I have mentioned that I don't just stick with one masala dabba, I stick with 3 masala dabbas. I've got to have one for my powdered spices, one for my tadka spices, and one for my garam masala because I'm crazy like that. And I am going to take all 3 of my masala dabbas. The next thing we're going to talk about is our choice of cooking vessels. I intend to do a fair amount of cooking on open fire, and that is why the vessels of choice that I'm going to use on a camping road trip is my cast iron. I'm going to take my cast iron skillet and my cast iron griddle. That way I got most of my bases covered for anything that I need fried, anything that I need roasted, if I'm deciding to do any breads. The next thing that you're going to need to take on your trip is something in which you can cook a sauce-based dish. This could be a curry, this could even be rices, something that can hold liquid that you can cook on a stove. I like a handi. For those who don't know what a handi is, has a round curved bottom and a tapering top. And that is great when you want to cook curries because the aroma just kind of remains, it doesn't escape easily, and the food gets so much more flavorful. And the third thing, this may seem strange to a lot of you, but I maintain one pot for my milk. All the sweet stuff that goes in with milk should not come in contact with all the savory stuff in the meats. It's just not done in an Indian kitchen. One of the most important things that you need to have are mise place bowls. What are mise place bowls? These are prep bowls. This is where you keep all your prep items. The vegetables that you cut, the rice that you wash, the lentils that you want to soak. All these go in mise place bowls. Now, what do I recommend for mise place bowls? These are the bowls that you will find in restaurant supply stores. And this is what they look like. They come in varying sizes. You've got the large variety, you've got the small variety. They fit into each other so well. They're so good to stack. They take very, very little room, but they are a lifesaver in any kitchen and definitely when you're out on the road. Now, along with your mise bowls, another thing that you want to consider is a colander. You'll never know you need a colander until you actually need one. And these are really, really handy to have A lot of the colanders will also fit into the bowls that you bring, so it doesn't occupy much space. And once you're done with the colander, this doubles up as a receptacle for your cutting waste. As you cut your vegetables, you have a place for it to be collected. The next thing we're going to talk about are cooking utensils. These are very, very often overlooked, and it's only until it's too late that you realize, oh, dang, I wish I thought about that before. So when it comes to cooking utensils, these are the ones that I think are most important. You need some sort of a flat spoon like that. This is good for scooping, for flipping. If you're doing eggs, you're doing some sort of meat. You need to also have something that has a wide base, stir, you can scrape and you can lift with, and it has drainage points so liquid can fall through easily. You also want to have a ladle-like or a spoon-like utensil that you can use for scooping, you can use for layering out. This is made out of silicone, so it's like it works as a spatula as well as a spoon, and it's easy to lift up and to scrape. And I always use this pretty much every day, and I'm taking this with me. It's good to keep a can opener with you. You can take all the cans you want. You don't have a can opener, you're pretty much SOL. I like taking a whisk. You never know when you're going to need something like this. You want to make a quick batter. When you have a whisk with you, you can literally whip something up very quickly. A good pair of tongs will pretty much save your life when you're on a camping trip. Especially when you want to reach into the fire, you want to get hold of anything that needs to be flipped on open flame. Tongs are good. These are silicone tips, so they can withstand a fair amount of heat. A long lighter. Sure, we always take matches, but when you are going to light a fire and you want to get in between the logs of wood to get the kindling going, you want to have a peeler with you just in case. I usually like to cook most of my food with the skin on. However, for that odd time, one thing that people don't tend to think about on a camping trip because they don't intend cooking that much, but it's good to have a measuring spoon. I've got one over here that's adjustable, so it's one that'll measure half a teaspoon all the way up to a tablespoon, and a little cup. This one comes with little measures alongside, so I know a cup of liquid or a cup of flour or whatever. Besides, it's always nice to have as a secondary cup to drink. A rolling pin with me, just in case I want to make a flatbread. I've got flour with me, I've got yeast with me. I'll just use the cutting board as a surface in which to roll it. And lastly, I picked this up at REI. This is a mess kit. It comes with a knife, a fork, and a spoon. This is a really good thing to keep, so that way you reduce your dependence on plastic disposable flatware. It's good to reuse and not create so much waste. When I am outdoors, the thing I love the most is cooking on open fire. But I cannot emphasize the need to have a camping stove as a secondary burner unit. There are some times when you want to have some things done really quick, especially in the morning. You want to have water boil really quickly for oatmeal, or you want to cook an egg. You don't want to fuss with the fire at that point in time. You want something instantaneous. I'm just going to go with the one stove that I have been using for I don't know how long to do all my cooking videos. It's basically a hot pot stove, and you can get them quite inexpensively on Amazon or any other online stores. They burn really hot, and they use these little butane canisters that are very, very cheap. You can get the Coleman camping stoves. However, for the convenience and how much space it takes and what it delivers, I much prefer these little hot pot stoves. The other thing I cannot stress enough how much I love this is this thing called a Jetboil. This is my coffee apparatus, because when I wake up in the morning, I want to have my coffee and I want to have it quick. If you are a caffeine addict and you're somebody who needs his coffee, getting a Jetboil for a camping trip for your coffee is indeed a very good idea. So if you've made it to this part of the video, you're looking at me cross-eyed going, are you nuts? This is crazy. How are you going to carry all this stuff on a camping trip? Believe it or not, this entire kitchen apparatus fits in one medium-sized tote box that you can get out of Home Depot. Lid goes on, back of the truck, easy, everything is contained. When I get to my destination or wherever I decide to camp, the box comes out and on the tailgate is my kitchen setup. And that right there, my friends, is the method to my madness. The love for cooking is one thing, but the ability to cook outdoors, now that is at a different level. And whether it is Indian food that you're doing or any form of cuisine, I urge you to give cooking outdoors a try. It is such a joy. You make sure that you have your cooking vessels, you have all your cooking utensils ready to go. You keep the main spices that you don't think you will get anywhere else, and you have a plan of carding it in that one tote box. Once you learn how to carry your kitchen where you go, you can go anywhere in America or anywhere in the world, and you will never be far away from food. Besides, what better way is there of getting to understand the landscape and getting to know the country than going out there and procuring your ingredients from your local store, meeting the people, getting the local produce, and turning it into food that you love. Always remember, be kind to the environment. Do not litter. Leave campgrounds exactly the way you found it, if not a little bit better. Treat nature well as nature treats you, and this will be such a fulfilling experience. My name is Irfan Dama. You have been watching Cooking with Chef Dama. If you have watched this far, you probably like the content, so do hit that subscribe button so you know when the next video is coming out. And if you want to follow my journey, stay tuned. I will be posting updates as I go across from state to state with my dog Charlie, and I will be cooking Indian food along the way. I will see you in the next video.